This book, one of the greatest books that you make you look at time in a completely different way. This book will help you understand why you feel overwhelmed by work, why you procrastinate, why you struggle to do things that will benefit your future, and why you're always busy yet don't accomplish what truly matters. This book wants to tell you how to manage time. It will tell you how to lead time. And there is a big difference between leadership and management. Welcome, my dear friends, to my humble channel. In this channel, we explain books. This is not a summary or a general overview. This is a detailed explanation of the book. Let's begin with a story that Stephen Covey shared at the beginning, which was the inspiration for writing this book. He says, I received a message that one of your students was hospitalized in critical condition. So I decided to visit her. When I visited her and asked how she was doing and tried to comfort her, she said, Doctor, I've been diagnosed with cancer, and unfortunately, it is in a very advanced stage. I'm counting my last days. The news saddened me. I held her hand and tried to find comforting word to say. Truly, I was at a loss for words. While I was thinking of what to say, she said to me, Doctor, I miss going back home and changing my children's diapers. She had 2 sons. She said, I wish I could go back home and change their diapers. He says, I don't know whether she meant it as a message or not, but it touched me deeply. Why did it affect me so much? Because what she longed for is something many of us parents complain about when doing. She yearned to go back and do something we often find burdensome. The lesson here lies in the great value of such moment, which to her had become something miraculous. What made her see it as precious was that she had always lived under an emergency-based system in dealing with her time. What does this mean? He says there are 2 types of tasks: urgent tasks and important tasks. Urgent matters and important matters. Many of us get lost in a system based on urgency. We keep trying to beat the clock, trying to accomplish tasks, and still never finish. We're constantly looking for extra time and never seem to find it. He says we used to work with every student who come to our college and train them. We would ask them what things they wish they could do but couldn't find time for. Many would say, I don't have time to connect with people I love. I don't have time for my mother. I don't have time for my father. I don't have time for my wife. I don't have time for my kids. I don't have time for my friends. Sometimes I don't even have time for myself. I don't have time to do things I love. And we feel like we're always busy, and we feel like we're always lost in a completing task. And worse, no matter how many tasks we complete, we don't enjoy them. We don't feel satisfied. We're drained of joy because of the stress and pressure. But when we ask this student, what are the important things that if you commit to them will bring great positive results in your personal life? You'll hear answers like self-development, reading, planning, going to the gym, getting a certain certificate, building a side project, learning a new language. These are important matters. If we do them, they reflect positively and greatly on our life. And when you ask, what stops you from doing them? They say, no time. We're pride on urgent matters. Stephen Covey says, this is why I come to tell you that some manage time while others lead time. And I'm here to teach you how to lead time. There's a big difference, my dear friend, between a managing time and leading it. Do you know the difference between a leader and manager? The leader is the one who says, we want to achieve the following goals according to the system, and he is the first to commit to the system. The manager is the one who monitors the team and ensures it follows the leader's direction. In other words, the leader sets the destinations and guides the system, while the manager ensures the systems follows the leader's path. He says, if you decide to wear a watch, then you've made urgent matters your priorities. But if you wear a compass, then you've made important matters your priority. And here lies the essence of the topic. A system driven by urgency is governed by the watch. A system driven by important actions is governed by the compass. The key question: what's the difference between a watch and compass? He says a watch's hands move in all directions, but a compass needles always points north, no matter how you move it or where you take it. The deeper meaning of this analogy: if you prioritize urgent matters, you'll always need a watch, because your life is ruled by time, and time will always control you. And no matter how much you achieve, you don't find extra hours, because a day is always 24 hours. 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for work, and 8 hours for eating and resting and completing some tasks. But the difference is, if you focus on important matters, you'll be governed by the compass, and the compass guide time, not the other way around. What does this mean? The compass always points north. What is north for you? He says your north is your important matters. That is your direction, and anything you do that doesn't lead you north is a detour, and you are heading the wrong way. So be careful and get back on track quickly. One of the most powerful example that affects me in time management. The author divides tasks into 4 categories. 1. Urgent and important. 2. Importance but not urgent. 3. Urgent but not important. 4. Neither urgent nor important. When we say urgent, it means something you must do. When we say important, it means something that will have a positive impact on your personal or professional life. The first category: urgent and important, like work, study, family obligations. The second category: important but not urgent, like reading, exercising, connecting with friends, learning a new language or skill. And this is the most important category we'll talk about. The third category: urgent but not important, like watching a game, a random meeting, or a spontaneous movie night. The fourth category: neither urgent nor important, like scrolling through social media, binge watching shows, playing games. Stephen Covey says, review your past week. What kinds of tasks did you do? Do they fall in categories 1, 2, 3, or 4? If most of your time is in the first category, yes, you're productive, but probably not at pace. If it's mostly the third category, that's a problem. Many people confuse urgency with importance. They think if something is urgent, it must be important. That is false. And if most of your time is in the fourth category, that is a disaster. He says enjoyment has its rightful place, but you should control it, not let it control you. Because if it controls you, it will pull you into a swim before you even notice. But if most of your time is in the second category, believe me, you are living meaningful life. Stephen Covey says, believe me, you are living meaningful life. You're not overwhelmed or overly busy. You're not suffer from procrastination. If you spend most of your time on important, non-urgent things, it positively affects everything. Your schedule is organized. You feel at ease, and even if an urgent task areas, you'll handle it calmly. In conclusion, my friends, if you let the watch control you and schedule your tasks around time, the urgency becomes your priority, and you'll never find time for what is important. But if you let the compass guide you, you'll focus on what truly matters and keep it in sight. You'll focus on what benefits you, not on what drains your energy. So let the compass lead you and keep your eyes fixed on north. And your north is your life goal or your dream. No matter what circumstances, pressures, or emergency areas, try to get back on course as quickly as possible. Don't look at time, look at your priorities. It starts with the first things first.